Two sides making their way back out onto the pitch. Welcome back everyone or to you around the world for our live coverage here from the Total Energies CAF Africa Cup of Nations Finals. We're in Tangier. It's a top of the table Group D match. Senegal and the Democratic Republic of Congo, both winners in their opening game. We're looking to add a second and book a place early on in the last 16 of this tournament. Senegal have not lost in their last 8 group matches in Africa Cup of Nations action. 5 unbeaten for the Congolese, so they both have form coming in here.
They do.
Wait to see how this all unfolds here in the second half. Daniel Ramakachi, what do you reckon?
Well, you know, I think both teams will be happy with what happened in the first half. Senegalese, on the other hand, will have wished that, you know, 2 or 3 of those chances, you know, balls to the net. But, you know, let's see how, if there will be a game change plan for the Congolese coming into the second half.
Congo in the blue attacking the goal to the right-hand side. No changes made at half-time. Senegal unchanged from the team that beats Botswana convincingly in their opening game here. And one change in the starting lineup for the Congolese from their win over Benin in Rabat. Senegal to play Benin on Monday in the last group match for them, and at the same time the Congolese will be up against Botswana in Rabat. And here is Meshak Elia battling away with Nyakite, who does well. Ghana Gay, time to settle, and Koulibaly. Schneider Jacobs on the left-hand side for the Senegalese. A couple of chances in there. In particular, got 2 against Botswana, but he had a handful of chances in that match. There are not going to be too many in this game, you reckon, for Jackson?
Well, you know, if he's a player that you know scores all his chances, definitely will have been on 7 by now. You know, 3-2 in today's game, and you know, about 4 or 6 to 5 from the opening match.
So, of course, reaching the final of 2 of the last 3 Cup of Nations, beaten in 2019 by Algeria in the final in Cairo, and then 2 years later winning the trophy for the very first time on penalties against the Egyptians in Yaoundé.
The talent that always come out of Senegal, when you hear that they just won their first AFCON in 2021, it's, you know, it's shocking, isn't it?
Played their first tournament back in 1965, so they've been knocking on the door for a very long time. Yes, Meshak Elia now, chance for the Congolese. Some great defending again from Koulibaly.
Captain Charisma. He's always there, you know,
he's
to build them.
Well.
No, he's fast, he's strong. He's one of the best defenders for me, overrated central defender, you know, in our continent. That's a beautiful run, a beautiful slide pass. You know, he did everything right, but unfortunately, you know, Koulibaly wants it more. He was a player that was central defender that was valued for about 80 million euros when he was at Napoli.
Masuaku to take the corner kick. First set-piece opportunity of the second half here will fall away on the Leopards of the Democratic Republic of Congo. They got the numbers forward as well for the set-piece. Evades everyone. It'll be Mongonda in possession here. Too strong for Tuanzebe, and I haven't seen the ball in Edouard Mendy's hands all that often in this game.
Yeah,
It's a little touch.
two again from the opening game against Botswana, and this game, is with the quality that he has in front of him. Why not? He's on holidays, but he should keep warm, because any chance they might bury it, and he will be staying still.
Senegal eliminated by Côte d'Ivoire at the last tournament on penalties. We hasten to add. They were certainly amongst the favourites for the last edition. Very disappointed to go out this early. Now, Mukau. This is his second season in senior football for Lille in France, and having just come into the Edmonds team, has been a good addition over the last couple of months. Masuaku, Elia, looks up. Makambu waits in the middle, attacks the ball, beaten in the air. It's bouncing around, and there's a claim for a handball, but the referee very quickly waved matters on, and Nicholas Jackson has possession here on the counter. Needs a bit of support. Will take on Mbemba into the penalty area. Does he need support? Let's see. Square ball in, looking for Njai. Mane. Jackson. Onside. Back into Mane. Njai. And the clearance. Well, a desperate one from Noah Sadike.
Let's see the replay. That's a beautiful cross in.
This is where the handball claim was made. There.
He was right there. Algerian referee was right there, and he had it spot on. It's a good call.
It's been over 50 years now since the Congolese lifted the Cup of Nations back in 1974, the second of their successes in the African Championship. Same year, of course, they were the first team from south of the Sahara to compete, or African side to compete at the World Cup in the old West Germany, 1974. Morocco were the first African nation in the modern era. Egypt, of course, all the way back in 1934. So they have a great history, of course. DR Congo, then Zaire.
Back then, Zaire, isn't it? The split, I think the split of the nation, reduced their talent when it came to, to players.
There's Jackson. Tumbling away, what's the referee say? Decision will go in favour of Congo. Bemba on the ground, the referee looked a little unsure.
It was a tussle, and I think Jackson got the better of Mbemba. But it was hit. The captain grabbed Jackson, but I think it's the arm that smacked Mbemba that the referee saw.
Senegal have had 10 clean sheets in their last 13 matches, and you can see why with the quality of Kalidou Koulibaly and Nyakate at the back. Clearance here from Jacobs up to Jackson. Forward from Ghana Gay, looking for Mane. There's Mongonda. Always prepared to run. Was rewarded with that goal against Benin in the opening game. Cow. Dummy by Elia. Chance at the back post. And Mende makes the save. First serious one in this game for Senegal's goalkeeper, denying Sadike.
Sadike did everything right, probably he's like, looked going grounded and, just blasting it. But I think he was right there and he was called on. And what a save.
That's a good save.
Beautiful save.
It did look goal bound from Noah Sadike. Masuaku swings it away, looking for the header. Makambu gets up there, but it's going to be a goal kick. Mbemba, excuse me.
That's a change of tactics, from Sebastian coming into this half. They're pushing, they're attacking now. And when they are surging forward, he leaves only three defenders, and then they become two and then five front of players. It's showing that he wants to go for it.
Well, they were cautious at times in the first half, DR Congo. Good tempo in the early stages, then it sort of slacked off a little bit, but now both teams look determined to chase all 3 points here. A win would secure for sure progress into the next round.
And even a draw, both teams getting draws 4 points. I think 4 points can easily give them that qualification.
Yeah, if you've got 4 points, if you're not going to be in the first two, you're certainly going to be amongst the best third place teams. Remember, 4 of the 6 best third place finishers go into the round of 16. The bottom team in each of the 6 plus 2 of the third place finishers are eliminated. Going home after Wednesday's conclusion of the first round. Good running here. Wan-Bissaka is forward. Bongonda. Left foot. Finds Elia. He was hoping to find a teammate before Meshach Elia. He's going to try and team.
No!
Excellent defending from Diana.
There's no way you're going to beat the defender that big in front of you and go around him in that tight angle. This is the shot from Siddiqui. Beautiful save.
Firmly struck. Noah Siddiqui has yet to score for Sunderland. He joined them from Union Saint-Gilloise, the Belgian champions, at the start of the season. Has had 14 games in the Premier League with no goals.
It's a different terrain, man. It's a different terrain. We have players that come into the league, you think they are fast, they are sharp, but when you come into the Premiership, there's always...
Gets away from Mane. Is that a penalty? No, says the referee. He's given the corner. A little hesitation there from goalkeeper Mpasi. Now, onside Sadio Mane. First touch just got away from him.
The ball was way out, and the referee got his spot on. Mane knew, that's why he got him quick, but unfortunately the ball was already out of touchline.
And in fact, no corner there either. It's a goal kick, so all works out well for DR Congo, but they got caught there very quickly with that ball, which Mane, I think, will be disappointed that his first touch didn't allow him better control. Header in from Gay, looking for Jackson. Touched on by Mutusami. Mutusami again, Indian surname, of course. His father comes from the island of Guadeloupe in the Caribbean, and his mother from DR Congo. Here he is in picture.
The game has opened up now. Both teams has a beautiful ball.
Excellent chance. Played back here. Oh, that almost fell for Jackson at offside. It wouldn't have counted.
Now they should expect they're moving forward, surging forward, but don't forget the quality that Senegal have in attack. They timed this wrongly, and it was offside. Because when you're going for attack, you have the legs of Mane, like Jackson. You should be always cautious. Ismail Sarr is always there as well. So go for attack, but remember that you need to keep some bodies behind. But it's good to see that the game has opened up, attacking, both teams attacking.
Early stages still of the second half here in Tanger. Don't forget, later on this evening, action from Group C. There's the East African Derby, Uganda and Tanzania. And then in Fez, the last game tonight, I think one that's well worth watching. Nigeria against Tunisia. Both starting with success. Tunisia looking particularly impressive in their game against Uganda. Nigeria Just getting past Tanzania by 2 goals to 1, but 3 points in the bag.
That's what is important. Get those nerves around in a way, and they settle down. Had the news coming from both camps. Everybody's suspecting because this is a final before a final in the group stage.
Now, what happens in the Amokachi household? Daniel Amokachi, Nigerian international. Mrs. Amokachi comes from Tunisia.
Yeah, well, she will support Nigeria, of course. My little girl will support Nigeria. She has a Tunisian passport, but they're always in love with the green, white, green. That's why they're married to a Nigerian.
Panagay out wide. Let's see what Diata does. Zeno with a clearing header. It's with Sadiki now. Pep Diata played in Belgium as well at Bruges before moving to Monaco, and a lot of the Congolese players he's up against today have had some experience in the Belgian league. Their number born in Belgium as well. There's only 6 players amongst the 27 Congolese who are here who were actually born in the country. The rest in France, in Belgium, a handful in Switzerland, and of course Wan-Bissaka comes from Croydon in London.
That's the story that Nigeria want to send to FIFA to see if FIFA will see the eligibility of using those players for Congo. But those players have already been playing for Congo, and FIFA doesn't issue passports. Whatsoever passport you bring in, you are eligible to play.
Protest by Nigeria over the nationality of some of the Congolese players, or the fact that they shouldn't have dual nationality, but we'll wait to hear what the decision on that is from the disciplinary committee. That involves the World Cup qualifiers, of course, nothing to do with the Cup of Nations. Mutusami with a good crossfield ball. Bongonda, nice first touch. Ball inside here. Wan-Bissaka lays it back. Shot from Bongonda.
Yeah!
It's Bakambu.
Yeah!
Congolese who lead.
It's a very well crafted, goal. But goal celebrated in this modern era. You have to wait and see what the VAR says, because it looks like it's a bit onside. But I'm waiting to see, the replay, of the goal. But what a deserve. They came into the second half, pushing forward and surging forward. Sebastian changed his tactic coming in, and then he definitely paid for by a goal in the 60th, 61st first minute of the game.
He's a consummate goal scorer for the Congolese. Bakambu, he got one in the last game against Senegal, which they lost at home. Wan-Bissaka putting it back here. Bongonda's effort, saved by Mendy, but quickest to react was Cedric Bakambu.
He's well onside. You can see that the number 15 Diata put him on, and definitely a goal for Congo. We'll see how Senegal will react now.
We wait for a first change as well as we watch Bakambu's effort.
Femu! Femu! Femu!
Ibrahim Mbaye is on, and it looks as if Ismaïla Sarr goes off. The 17-year-old from Paris Saint-Germain. We saw him make a little cameo appearance against Botswana in the last game. Let's see what impact this young starlet can make.
He have the quality to impact, because he's a very crafty, wing player.
So Senegal, favourites for this tournament, along with the hosts Morocco, find themselves trailing here.
Still a long time to play football.
Yeah, at least half an hour ahead of us. 62 and a bit minutes gone.
And the only thing now, the game will be opened up. Senegal can go looking for it, and Congolese have pace up front as well. They might end up paying for it when they keep surging forward.
Now, do you sit back a little bit and absorb a bit of pressure, or do you go in search of the second one?
Well, with quality, up front for Senegal, you shouldn't, hold back. You should continue going the way you're going, surge forward, attack when you attack, stay compact, and you can see the game through. And if an opening comes out, why not? You hit and try and see if you can get the second one.
The strength of Sarr, and that's a very good effort from the youngster. This is only his fourth international. Made his debut in November against Brazil. Came on as a sub. He was involved in that 8-0 win against Kenya.
You can see what he can bring onto the plate. Well, he's playing without a shin pad, isn't he? How?
Yeah, you wonder how he gets away with that.
Nah.
Piata's swinging corner. Garnegay on the edge of the area. Sadio Mane to the byline, left-footed cross. They over the ball, over the head, I should say, of Koulibaly. Back in again, and there's a chance for Jai. Good challenge from Bishek Ilya.
That's right there, reacted quicker.
Yeah, they come on the counter. Bongonda on the right-hand side. Still Bongonda. Gets the shot in.
Oh, Mr. Pass contra Bubangi.
Decision making.
Mr. Pass.
Got a beautiful run by Macau, who was running on his right-hand side. When he tucked in, I was expecting him to roll the ball to Macau. Macau would have been one with Mendy. And that's what Senegal have to be cautious about. Attacking, and then there'll be an opening behind.
They are going to go in search of an equalizer, and they are going to present opportunity for the Congolese to get a second.
I won't panic if I'm them, because I'm playing a team like Botswana. Yes, with the quality that I have, I can put in my head that if I don't beat Botswana, I'll end up getting a point out of Botswana. So don't risk, this game, because there's still a lot of minutes to play. Take it the way you're going. You will create those chances that you did in the first half, and you might end up scoring.
Double change now. Fiston Mayele to come on up front for the Congolese. Bongonda has run a good race today. And the other change, we'll see Mbuku, who plays for Montpellier in the second division in France. So two strikers up front are being withdrawn. Maybe beginning now just to close the shop a little bit.
It's a like on like, a substitution. I think you just bring in the first leg, knowing that they'll be opening, surging forward. It's a like on like substitution, and we'll see how it plans.
Mbuku, of course, French-born, 23-year-old who has had some time in the Bundesliga as well with Augsburg. Now with Montpellier, 2 goals this season in League 2, and Fiston Mayele, an African Champions League winner with Pyramids earlier on this year, the Cairo club. Mane doesn't get it past Wan-Bissaka. Mayele, backspin works for him. They are the two subs. Mbuku. A little ambitious with the left foot over the top.
Very, very ambitious. But the runs, there are 2-3 runs in front of him.
But Mr. Pass is too greedy. Mr. Pass wants to be calm, man.
Blast.
Ah.
Over the bar.
Koulibaly out wide. Bai. There's the scoreline with confirmation of Bakambu's goal on 61 minutes. He's gone off now. Ishmael Jacobs has a look up. Looking for Nicholas Jackson up front. Mutasami clearing that ball up to Mayele. From Mbujimai is Fiston Mayele. Come to prominence a little bit late in his career, Mayele, in his late 20s, early 30s, finally made the breakthrough into the national team, which is not that great for your profile if you're looking for a move to Europe. So he's been on the African football scene rather than with a European club. But what a quality striker. And always used for the national team as impact.
Oh!
Away, it's a bye. Chance here for Mane, surely.
That be my
And
Chelsea.
the equaliser. Defensive slip is punished by Senegal, and Sadio Mane.
That's a good, you can see the substitution. It's always good for managers, you know, to bring in the sub and then the sub react. You can see the young man from Paris Saint-Germain. You can see what he brings into the play. He went straight into the game for a young talent like that in the major tournament like that, getting into the game, helping, you know, his country to get an equalizer against Congo and opening.
Now what happened to Masuaku then? He seemed to almost clutch at his Achilles. There's a bye making the challenge. Yeah, Masuaku almost lays
Better
the ball into his
Mane!
path.
I got the
Then
answer
the
at
technique.
seconds.
And Sadio Mane, well, that's goal number 51. And there couldn't have been too many that were as easy as that.
No, definitely not. It's a good, you know, calm finish. You can see the urgent pressure from the, you know, the two, you know, Congolese, you know, players, and he was smart enough to, you know, pick a corner and just slot the ball behind the net.
But a very bizarre stop from the defender Masuaku, and you wonder whether he's suffered some injury. This is the reaction off the bench.
I just hope nothing serious because, you know, he's,
Yeah, well, you can see there the physio saying he needs to be taken off. We are going to have a check with the VAR.
all
Did you
goes.
see anything untoward in the build-up?
I think he went his stretch, he went for it, and you know, his feet tumbled into the grass, and then he had the twinge. It's the law of the game, Sadio Mane. Take it easy. Each goals are being checked, and of course, you know, with the situation of Masuaku, you know, the VAR will take their time and make the right decision.
Now we wait to see what VAR says. Our VAR official is from Libya, the refereeing team, all Algerian, so communication will be easy in Arabic.
There we go.
Goal has been given. The check is over. Senegal are level. It's 1-1 in this Group D encounter. The Congolese are looking to get the change on as well for Masuaku. It's not attracting the attention of the referee, and hence the frustration. It's Joris Kayembe, the Belgian-born player from Racing Genk, standing by to replace Masuaku. In the meantime, here comes Senegal looking to get a second. Remember, they came from behind in Kinshasa in September. They've come from behind here. It's level pegging.
What an inclusion is in Mbaye. We saw him in the first game, and when he came in, he made a difference. And you know, and in this game, he didn't disappoint. You always need quality players like that who reach the game when they sat on the bench. And for a young player like that,
Well, you know, when you see a 17-year-old in a tournament like this, you immediately want to sit up and take notice and see what qualities he has, and man, he hasn't disappointed. I'm sitting next to a 17-year-old prodigy at one stage, yeah?
yeah, long time ago.
Now, the changes. Kayembe on, and the second substitution for the Democratic Republic of Congo will be Edo Kayembe, so it's a Kayembe double. And Masuaku,
It looks like an Achilles.
Yes.
And,
he just suddenly stopped.
stop. Yeah.
Edo Kayembe ceded his place from the starting lineup in the last game to Mwaku. Now he's come on for Mwaku in these closing stages.
All right, you know, it's a like-on-like substitution, but, you know, Mwaku, for me, he had a wonderful game. You know, he's holding that, you know, that position, you know, protecting the back four and, you know, surging forward and supporting the attack.
DR Congo now scored 96 goals in Nations Cup finals tournaments. Total of 20 before this one, and Senegal up to 91, not far behind them. This is their 18th tournament appearance. Lots of experience on both sides. Yeah, is Iliman Ndiaye, left foot, little chip in there. And the referee says contact made.
Head-to-head collision, definitely it's a foul.
Papa Gay was booked in the first half, and hopefully there's no sanction for him here. Not sure that was foul play or deliberate. It's Ndiaye to the byline. He's such a tricky player. Lovely little hanging ball, and yeah, he caught him.
What a season he's having with Everton. And it's good to see him. You know, and for me, I think from the first game and this game, I think he could have done more than what he has given, because we've seen how he plays. He always wants to be on the ball, and then with this Senegalese team, you know, he's always sluggish on getting on the balls.
Masuaku, that'll be of some concern to his Premier League club Everton. We've seeded so many players to the Cup of Nations, they do not want them all coming back and straight into the treatment room. Kayembe with the clearing header.
Masuaku, Sunderland, not Everton. He's not a Scouser. And if it's bad, you know, definitely he'll be in the plane tomorrow going back to England to get the best treatment.
Yeah, if you've suffered a serious Achilles injury, that's many months on the side.
And all players that have gotten Achilles injury, they never come back the same. They never come back the same.
I wish him the best. Hopefully it's not too serious, but certainly stopped playing and allowed Senegal to go on and get the equaliser through Sadio Mane. Now Ndiaye and Mbaye, and here is Jacobs. Mane. Papagay. Koulibaly looking for Jackson. Out comes Lionel Mpasi.
If I'm Pape Diam, I will stick to the game plan before I got the equalizer. Keep the ball on the floor. Look for the young man that came in, because whenever the ball gets on his feet, he's not shy, you know, to take the defenders on.
Now, Diatta doing well. Kicks it against his own man though, and allows the Congolese to get back onto the attack. Mayele laying it back. This is Edo Kayembe, plays for Watford in the Championship. Cross from Yoris Kayembe, and the clearance from Gana Gay. Wan-Bissaka keeping that in play. Now, foul in favour of Senegal. Mane brought down. Just a little push, and then now Gana Gay out wide. There's the youngster. Now Gana Gay out wide. There's the youngster. But we're going to hear a lot more of him in the coming years. Is he the next African superstar, you wonder?
He's playing like it. Not shy, confident for a 17-year-old. He's playing with one of the biggest in Paris Saint-Germain, with the quality that they have, the experience that he's gaining under Enrique day by day. Why not?
In March this year, he was still playing for France at under 20 levels, so Senegal will be delighted that he switched his international allegiance. Made his debut, as we said, last month in those friendlies against Brazil and Kenya, and immediately a third cap as a sub against Botswana. on Monday in the first game for Senegal, and now a fourth appearance for the Lions of Teranga for the 17-year-olds. Will be 18 on the 24th of January. That's just a couple of days after the final. You wonder whether it'll be a celebratory birthday with a medal around his neck.
They're playing the way they're playing. You know, why not?
There's Mane. Sadio Mane gets past the challenge. Is he brought down? Referee says yes. Free kick Senegal. The goal obviously galvanizing them, and they're looking now as we approach the final 10 minutes to see if they can't conjure up yet another comeback win against the Congolese.
Different body language from the you know, the Congolese after, you know, the equalizer from Senegal, right?
Ishmael Jacobs to deliver the corner. Left foot swings away. Passing gets a punch. There's Garnegay. Bai looks for the return. Cleared away by Wan-Bissaka. Kayembe. I think the last touch off. Well, it's not off Garnegay. It's straight in.
It's Jackson. You know, he looks tired now. You know, since the return of the second half, you know, he hasn't been involved, you know, that much in play.
Getting a little bit chilly now here as the sun begins to set in Tangier. The dark clouds overhead. It has been rather rainy this whole week.
You see me all wrapped up in my jacket,
Yeah.
Mark. It's freezing.
The forecast, it's a good one though. It says the sun should be out over the next couple of days. We hope that's true. Change coming up here. Double one for Senegal. Jackson, as you predicted, is one of the changes. The other one, Gay in the middle. And on
People Diallo, the Shabba football player in Saudi as well.
yeah, he was playing at Strasbourg in France until last season. Papa Gay, another good game from him, but he's carrying that yellow. A good call now to take him off. He's done his part in the middle. Chancellor away. Mane. Foul.
Yo, osali for the physical ball uzakanto pamba.
The coach of
Idiot.
Senegal, he always bring in the right players, you know, in. Taking out the right players, bringing in the right
Osali
players.
Foch.
That's always a plus, you know, in the team.
Oh, why you kicking
have
the ball
the
for?
assistants that are watching are
That's what carton with John Pamba.
helping you to make the right decision.
Free kick opportunity. We are 8 minutes away from the end of the 90 and whatever time is added on by the Algerian referee. Not too many stoppages, it must be said, in this game. We had only 2 minutes of stoppage time added at the end of the first half, and hopefully there won't be too much at the end of the 90 as well.
The goal from the equalizer from Senegal was from you know, Okembe on the Okasi on the, you know, on the top.
Now, Jacobs with the left foot to potentially deliver. And worked with the new man Diallo, who's just come on. Kayembe. Gay also there. In fact, that's taken by Lamine Camara, the other change who came on, the Monaco player, the very successful youth international for Senegal, African champion. Mutasami just got a vital touch in there. He's had a real workman performance in the midfield. Mutasami often winning valuable possession. Chases on here for Mayele. Has he got the pace? Tristan Mayele. That's excellent work from Diatta. You thought for a split second there, I thought the physical presence of Mané just bumped into Diatta, but Diatta recovered very well.
He's a strong guy, very
Shoulder.
intelligent, playing alongside, Captain Charisma Koulibaly definitely, build his, his confidence. But what a player he is.
So the Leopards of Congo into the lead, and then Senegal did not take too long before they found the equaliser. And two of the big names coming into this game, Cedric Bakambu for the Congolese, Sadio Mane for Senegal onto the score sheet. And Mane still delivering. Cross will be cleared away by Kayembe. Joris Kayembe, one of 9 Belgian-born players in the Congolese squad. Of course, the colonial links between the two countries. There are a couple of famous players with Congolese connections in the Belgian team. You think of Romelu Lukaku, whose father played, of course, for the old Zaire.
Yeah.
Vincent Kompany, his dad came from Congo.
It's a strong link, in the colony, isn't it?
Now, Jacobs. Koulibaly. Diatta. Substitute Kamada running into traffic. Some fresh legs out there, so we can still see a bit of running here in these closing stages.
Yeah, and Congo are getting ready to bring in, the Celtic player, Balikwisha.
Let's see who's going to go off in these closing stages.
Meshach.
There's Balikwisha, and it looks as if Meshach Ilya will be the man to make way. Balikwisha only recently switching his international allegiance, Belgian under-21 international. Played his first game in that win over Nigeria last month, and he was actually involved in the penalty shootout. So Balikwisha on, and Ilya has had a good game, Meshach Ilya.
Yeah, from the first game and today's game, he has a lot of running in his, in his legs. He work very, very hard, very intelligent.
Flick on by Mayele. Diatta. Fiston Mayele. That's whistle had sounded. It'll be a Senegal ball. Koulibaly getting a little irritated there that Sadiki,
That would have been a stupid booking, isn't it?
yeah, kicked the ball away.
And the referee the Algerian was really lenient because normally the law, that's a card.
Well, this did have the potential to be a tempestuous affair between two very strong countries. I think the referees handled matters well, kept a little lid on any tempers and frustration that might have boiled over.
Yeah. Him and his assistant, they did a very good job. They're still doing a very good job. Right calls. We are helping coming in when they need to come in. And, so far so good.
2.5 minutes to the end of the 90. Just a reminder, coming up after this, 4 games, of course, on this busy Saturday here at the Cup of Nations finals. It's the East African Derby, Uganda and Tanzania next.
It's not a penalty game.
Tonight's big one, Nigeria and Tunisia in
point
Group
game.
C. Tomorrow, of course, a second match for the protagonists in Group E and Group F. Big encounter between Cote d'Ivoire, the defending champions, and Cameroon. That'll be the last match tomorrow night. And of course Algeria and Burkina Faso as well in a key game in Group E. Monday, sees the final group matches in A and B. Egypt already through from Group B, and Morocco have that game against Zambia. So last change for Senegal, Iliman Ndiaye. Good job again from him today, and Sheikh Tidiane Sabali is on. Came on for a little cameo appearance against Botswana in the last game as well.
Here comes the rain. It starts pouring.
It is all of a sudden just bucketing down.
Well, the conditions have been perfect. Sorry, Mike. The condition with the rains and all that, the conditions have been perfect. The players are giving all their lungs are well opened. You know, good breath going in and out.
Yeah, this is more of a problem for the spectators, although the wonderful stadium here has great cover all the way around. Now, big clearance away from Koulibaly.
When you have a team with a quality squad like this, I think sometimes you should be ruthless. Let them go, unleash them. Let them play football. When you're playing a team that can attack, just allow them, keep going.
Waiting to see how much stoppage time is going to be added on. 4 minutes, I can tell you, from our vantage point here in the stadium. Just a reminder of the goals. This was Bongonda and Makambo. Frustration for Sadio Mane, the Congolese going into the lead, but of course Senegal fighting their way back. And now looking if they might yet win it in stoppage time. Mbaye finds Mane, first touch a little heavy. Sadio Mane again. That comes off Kayembe, and a little confusion for a second or so in the Congolese defence.
That's a foul any day. As a goal from Sadio Mane. Mbaye did all the job. And Mane was there, thank you very much. Picked a corner and slotted it in.
That was the reaction from Sebastian Desabre after they scored the opener, the Congolese. And he would have been disappointed with the way that Senegal were able to equalise, although after Masuaku potentially injured in the at the vital moment, and as a result, it was a bit of an advantage for Senegal. Is this going to be a goal kick? No. Excuse me, it is a goal kick. It's Fiston Mayele looking for the corner and not getting it. Two minutes of the 4 added on at the end of the 90 have elapsed. There are 120 seconds left for one of these two sides to grab all 3 points. Otherwise, they will share the top place in Group D with 4 apiece. It'll be Senegal ahead on goal difference. Of course, though, the first rider in determining positions in the Cup of Nations groups is the head-to-head. In this case, 1-1. It'll be goal difference next to separate these two sides. In from Kayembe, header away from Jacobs. Mutusami. Won by Diallo. Lovely little ball. Now, is this a chance for the Leopards to grab something here in the closing stages?
Imbecile! Imbecile! Press the ball one time!
Was too tight with him, didn't tussle to win the ball so that he doesn't get any infringement. And had the support from Mane, and then, they won the ball.
The seconds remaining now. Offside call against the Senegalese. More time has elapsed here. And it looks now, Daniel, as if we're headed for honours even in this Group D encounter.
I think both teams will be happy about it. Senegal created a lot of chances, but didn't hit the back of the net. They had to come from behind and equalize. So I'm sure both managers, Tian Pepe and Sebastian, will be happy with the draw.
4 minutes gone. Rain is now really bucketing down here. That's the final whistle from the Algerian referee. 1 apiece here. 4 points for both of these sides. They look as if they're both heading into the last 16. Senegal will stay top of the group on goal difference. But DR Congo have got Botswana ahead of them. Benin will be coming here to take on the Senegalese on Monday. So final position still to be determined. But an intriguing encounter this afternoon, Daniel.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good game, good football. Both teams unleashed, attack and defense. They were all compact. The goals came in when they needed to come in. Good substitution by the managers. So now it's just for both teams to fight to see who will remain in Tangier winning the last game. But it looks a bit more easier for Congolese, against Botswana than Senegal against Benin, because Benin they have a team and they have a manager who can read games and work against it.
So Bakambu with the opener for the Congolese, Mane with the equalizer. Senegal 1, Democratic Republic of Congo 1.